Hey everyone, Graham here for Loudwire at Rock on the Range, and I'm joined today by Billy Howerdel of A Perfect Circle. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. So, this is Wikipedia, fact or fiction. I went onto your Wikipedia page, Perfect Circle's Wikipedia pages today, pulled out some stuff so you can tell me if it's fact or fiction, and elaborate if you so choose.
Okay,
All
scary,
right.
but go ahead.
Okay, so first off, it says you went to high school at West Milford High in West Milford, New Jersey.
Check.
That's right. It said you played some sports, but took an interest in a television production class and were very active in an extracurricular audio program.
I did a TV science class in school, and that kind of got me into doing stage lighting. It was just, amongst the people in that class, teacher said, who wants to take care of the lighting in the auditorium for plays, assemblies, and whatnot. So me and my friend wanted to get out of class and figured that would be a good way to do it. And it really did turn into this, really. I got into that first and then kind of fell into playing music and then kind of put the two together.
It says that your high school teacher, Stephen Porcello, who was your advisor for the audio program, took you to New York City and helped you select your first electric guitar.
That is true.
That's true?
Yeah, that's true.
What was your first electric guitar?
It was a Fender Telecaster.
Oh, perfect. Classic.
Yeah, but a Squire, the cheap one.
Yeah, you can't go full-on Fender right away.
Yeah, I was like 16, 17 years old. Yeah, it was
Awesome.
$310. I do remember that.
Very cool.
Right?
Okay, so that's fact.
I can't remember many things, but I remember that.
It says you cite attending a Pink Floyd concert as a youngster as the catalyst for wanting to be involved in music.
True.
So that was the moment.
Yeah.
Was it in the crowd while you were watching the band? You kind of went, now I know that I want to put the lights, the audio, the music together, as you said earlier?
Yeah, the way I remember it is being at Giant Stadium, which is like this,
wow,
right?
yeah.
Huge. It's 110,000 people or something like that.
Wow.
And I'm in the farthest nosebleed seats, and the stage is there, and I'm watching Pink Floyd. And in between, I think they did it was Momentary Lapse of Reason tour. So they did the record, and then an intermission, and then the classics,
Of course.
And in between, I remember seeing these little ants wearing black shirts on stage, and thought those guys must get paid to do something. And I had just got my license. I was just 17 and went through that awesome thing. You get your license, you go to DMV, but everyone that works there is in the worst mood, and it's fluorescent lighting, and it's like I was trying to figure out what I was going to do with my life, and I was like, this looks like a better environment with everyone saving up their money and being in this positive space to go to the concert every day instead of working at DMV, and for some reason you hate yourself in that institutional space. So.
It says that before Maynard joined A Perfect Circle, you were at first considering a female singer.
Yeah.
Was there anyone in mind at the time, or is it just the kind of style that you were thinking about?
Yeah, it was with Elizabeth Fraser from Cocteau Twins, but she was busy.
Oh,
so,
wow, okay.
And
She
I
was
had
busy?
and I had no access.
Oh,
So
wow.
I was just looking for that, maybe the right person, and then Maynard kind of offered his services, and then went from there.
Right. And it says about Maynard, in 1995, you were looking for a place to stay. Maynard offered you a room in his North Hollywood home, and that provided you the opportunity to play demos of what would be A Perfect Circle.
Yeah, a little later than that. I think it was
97?
Yeah, 96, 97. 97.
Okay, so a bit of fiction there, but
Yeah.
basically true.
Admirable try.
Yeah. It says for Mayor de Nome, 3 Libras was supposed to be the first single originally.
Yeah, that's what Maynard and I both wanted, for
wow.
sure. It was Rob Halford from Judas Priest that came over our house. Maynard was friends with him. He invited him over, came back to my studio, which was in this little pottery room off the garage. We played Rob about 8 songs, and we said we want to do 3 Libras, and he asked to play what was called Deal at the time, now it's called Judith, and he asked to hear that song again, and he said, do what you want, but his exact words were, you'll sell 1 million records if you release that song first, but do whatever you want. So we went with wisdom and kind of went with the Rob Halford route.
And Mayor de Nome did go platinum, right?
Yeah, we sold 1 million
did.
records in a few months.
13th step. It says during that process that Maynard was a little more active in vetoing or altering musical ideas. Sometimes it would become tense during sessions. It said that you preferred some of the more heavier compositions, and he always suggested more mellower rearrangements.
I don't know about that. I mean, the tense thing for sure. Yeah, Maynard was more involved musically than he was with Maynard and Holmes. But I mean, he's always involved. I've always kind of written from the more probably mellow or ethereal thing, and then we'll kind of amp it up towards the end. So I don't know that he was against it, but maybe a bit. The things he was leaning towards, he was kind of gravitating towards singing on some of the things that were not as heavy, you know.
The song Vanishing, it said it was originally supposed to be on Maynard and Gnomes, but you could not find the song file in the studio, having accidentally named it Test. And the title Vanishing is a tongue-in-cheek allusion to the fact that the song itself had gone missing.
I don't know about the last part, but the first part's true.
Not the last part so
I don't
much?
know. You'd have to ask Maynard about that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense. But
Yeah.
you did name it Test and
Yeah.
disappeared.
Yeah, it disappeared. So, you know, and I probably did tell Maynard that, so maybe that was his inside
Maybe that was his inside
inspiration.
joke.
Yeah, who knows?
It says in Wikipedia, you do not take drugs, drink only occasionally, and practice transcendental meditation.
Yeah, I've never been a drug guy. Drink, you know, tequila's my drink of choice. Yeah.
Nice.
Kind of strictly moving in that direction. Transcendental meditation. I do practice it, not often enough. It's like I preach a little too much. Well, I don't know if I preach if no one wants to hear it, but I do advocate people doing it, and I talk to friends who are going through something, and if I think it can help, because it definitely helps me. I just don't do it as much as I should.
The road can be stressful. I mean, has it been a useful tool on the road and during recording sessions?
It's I do it in emergency settings, which you shouldn't.
Sure.
I mean, you should do it as like this cumulative effect. But like, yeah, it's like if you're going into a business meeting and you're stressed out, it's the great resetter. It's resetting your computer, basically. You know, like you're resetting your brain to be like, okay, at least you're back to where you were without the bullshit that was, you know, flooding you at the moment.
Awesome. Great. Eat the Elephant, the new record. It says you've been writing material and presenting rough copies to Maynard since 2008.
That's a little salty.
Iffy. Oh, okay.
It's a little
iffy.
spicy.
Okay. How long were you working on these songs for then?
I mean, longer, but as far as like presenting, I mean, there were some, well, I could say a couple songs, maybe one in particular is older than that, but most of these songs are like 2014, like
Okay.
a big group of them. And a lot were last year. There's quite a few from like 16 and 17. You know, the record was recorded in 17. Yeah, I mean, I would give Maynard a few things to chew on. I probably gave him 2013 we went to Australia and South America, and I think I gave him like 3 or 4 songs then.
Finally, the song "Eat the Elephant," my personal favorite track on the new record, was originally supposed to be a song for Linkin Park's "One More Light" album.
So the song was, I had a demo around. Chester texted me one day and asked if I wanted to, you know, come in and co-write a song. So I thought I'd go in cold and just, you know, we'll just see what comes up. But my ace in the hole was that song, like ready to go. Because I just heard it, I could hear him kind of singing on it in its original form. It's different now. Same notes, same structure, but just a different ingredients, you know, or different aesthetic. And it definitely became an APC song for this record, and an important one. So, you know, it kind of set the mood for the record.
Yeah, that's an absolutely gorgeous song. I spoke to Maynard not too long ago, and he was talking about that he sort of simplified the original "Eat the Elephant" song and kind of took it apart a little bit. What was the original piece that you sent him like? Was it more guitar-driven, heavier?
No guitars. It was
okay.
It was definitely synth and key driven.
Okay.
It was much more staccato, if you know, like much more jagged.
Yeah.
Eat the Elephant now is much smoother.
It's
like,
very legato now.
Yeah, the edges are smoothed out. The rhythms are kind of smoothed out. You know what I mean? Like it just the edges got a filed down on it.
Awesome. Well, Billy, thank you so much for giving me your time today. I truly, truly appreciate it. A Perfect Circle's new record, "Eat the Elephant," is out. A gorgeous, gorgeous record. Pick that thing up. Thank you again, Billy.
Thank you very much.